Hello everyone, my name is Holly, and during this lesson will be going over vocabulary related to family members. So we will talk about the family relationship in English, and so we'll start out looking um, at a family tree and the vocabulary related to that. And then we will talk about, again, practice the vocabulary words, talk about relationship status, and then you guys can tell us a little bit about your family. Then we will ask and answer questions related to family. And hello, Shin. How are you today?
Oh, fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So where are you from, Shin?
I'm from Japan.
Uh-huh. Oh, nice to meet you.
You?
Yeah. So you're currently in Japan now?
I'm sorry?
Are you currently in Japan now?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay. What time is it there?
10 o'clock in the morning.
Clock.
Mm.
Okay. For some
Yeah.
reason, I always think this time is really early in Japan, and then I realize
Yeah.
no, it's not. So awesome. All right. Hi, Natalia. How are you?
Hi, Holly. How are you? I'm fine.
Good. Good. And remind me, Natalia, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia. Okay, awesome. And is it 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. in Colombia right now?
Right now, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Awesome. And hello, Giverson. How are you?
Hello, teacher. Are you here?
And yes, and you're from Bolivia. No, excuse me, you're from Brazil, right?
Yes, I'm from Brazil.
Awesome. All right, I remembered. Yay! Don't always. So, and is that little girl in the picture your daughter or your
Yes,
niece?
is my daughter.
All right. How old is she?
She's 80 years old.
8 years old. Awesome. Okay. And hello again, Anna Carolina. Welcome back.
Thank you, Holly.
And hi, Mean. How are you today, Mean?
Hi, Holly. I'm well.
Nice to see you. All right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So during this lesson today, we are going to be going over the family members. And I've learned actually, living in other countries and trying to learn the language, that the vocabulary words related to family members are not always the same when you translate from one country to another. I remember one of my best friends who was fluent in English. Oh, and hello, Sabrina. Hello, Sabrina.
Hello, Holly. How are you?
And very good. How are you? And remind me, you are from Colombia, right?
No, Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. Oh, I got it wrong. Okay. But anyway, one of my best friends in Finland always had a problem with the concept of aunt and uncle in English. Because in the Finnish language, they had a different way of thinking about family, and so forth. So what we're going to do first of all is go over vocabulary words related to family based on this family tree, and then we will just practice these vocabulary words, going over relationship status and so forth, and then you guys can talk about your families. Now, keep in mind that this is language practice. So if anybody asks you a question that is either is too personal about your family, you can either make it up or lie. You don't have, or you can say I'd like to pass or whatever. Okay. So, and hello, Anna Paula. How are you?
Hi, Holly. I'm fine. You?
Hi. Good. Do you have a cold?
No.
I thought I heard you sneeze. So, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, she caught my cold that I finally got rid of. So, all right. So let's look at the family tree and complete it with the following words. So Anna Carolina, number one, what word would that be?
The great grandfather.
Great grandfather. Perfect. All right. Oops. Great. They don't always give me room to type this all. So great grandfather. And Ana Paula, what is number 2?
Number 2 is grandfather.
Okay, grandfather. And what is number 3? Geverson, what is number 3?
Teacher, I think this one is grandfather. The other one is grand uncle, great
You're
uncle.
right. You are absolutely right. I didn't even notice that. Thank you for noticing that.
I've forgotten.
Yeah, it is great uncle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it really.
I was just thinking, what I was thinking is, oh, the grandmother must have died. But then again, of course, it would still be on the tree. So, yeah, so number 3, this one is grandfather. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to name it, type grandpa instead of grandfather. So, just to make it easier to type in. We've got father, mother, uncle here, and what is this one mean?
Aunt.
Aunt, okay. All right, and then number 5, we've got sister, brother-in-law, brother. Natalia, what's number 5?
Number 5, sister.
Okay, is it sister? So you've got myself, we've got my brother, sister. So I think that would be actually sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law, okay.
Yeah, sister-in-law. Okay, and what is number 6? Here's you. So what would number 6 be, Sabrina?
Nephew,
No, it wouldn't be the nephew.
because of the uncle and the aunt, I believe.
Yeah, it's an uncle and aunt, but it's not the nephew.
No?
Not to you, because this is you right here.
Okay, brothers. Oh,
So that
sons?
no, okay. It would actually be cousins.
Okay.
Both of these people. So your aunt and uncle, their children are cousins to you. Now, number 7, Shin, what would number 7 be?
Number 7 is nephew.
Nephew, yeah. So your brothers and sisters, if they have children, they are, a boy is a nephew, a girl is a niece. Okay, so what would number 8 be? Kako, welcome.
Daughter.
Daughter, perfect. Daughter. So number 8 would be daughter. So we've got son and daughter. Okay, question for you. We've got you've got your yourself right here, your wife. This is your brother, your sister, their brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay, now to your wife, who is this person? Does anybody know?
It is
Yeah.
your,
Oh, just to let.
sorry.
Yes, Anna Carolina, go ahead.
To my wife, my brother would be her brother-in-law.
Yes. So basically, to your wife here, this would still be sister-in-law. Then the brother and the sister here would be brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So in this respect, anyone related to you, whether it's through marriage or not through marriage for your wife is your brother or sister-in-law. Okay, now for all of you in my classes, just an FYI, to find the material. To find the material, you could just go on this page right here, press on worksheet right here, and you will find the material. So, and it's always it will always be there if the material is available to you. So, all right. Let's see. You've got uncle, aunt here. Question for you. Let's see. Do you guys have any questions, actually? Anybody have any questions about these words? Okay, if the great aunt is married, who is her husband to you?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, if this great aunt is married, who is she to you?
He would be my great uncle.
Perfect. Great uncle. Great uncle. Even though they're not related by blood, it would still be called an uncle in English. And over here, the same thing. If this great uncle got married when he was 70 years old, she would still be called a great aunt. So we called a great aunt here. Okay. And cousins. If you what does anybody know if your cousins, these people here are your first cousins? First cousins. If they have children, who are they to you?
Second cousins?
No, they're not second cousins.
Okay.
It gets kind of complicated, but they're actually the first cousins.
Teacher.
Once removed. Yes.
Once removed?
It's so imagine.
Yeah, however, these children to these two people, they would be second cousins. These kids and these kids would all be second cousins. So Kako, you had a question? Oh, he left. Okay. Okay, Kako, did you have a question? Kako, did you have a question? I heard you say teacher. I guess not.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions here? All right, so let's go on. Let's test each other. Okay, let's finish these sentences.
Teacher.
Hello? Are you hearing me?
It's Kako.
Okay.
I thought the sibling,
yes.
the brother of the grandmother and grandfather would be grand uncle.
Mm-mm.
It is not true?
Nope. They're called great. They're called great uncles. For example, my niece is having her first child. She's 25 years old, and so I will be a great aunt in the sometime in October around Halloween. I will be a great aunt. So it's not grand aunt, it's great. The only time the grand is used is when you talk about grandparent. So that's a good question, though. Very good question. Okay. Any other questions here? Okay, so the children of your first cousins are second cousins to your children, but first cousins once removed to you. So that's one thing. All right, let's go ahead and test each other. So let's start with number 1. Shin, can you go ahead and finish number 1? Finish a sentence.
Okay. Your mother's sister is your aunt.
Perfect. Your mother's sister is your aunt. And number 2, Sabrina, can you do that one?
Your father's father is your grandfather, great father.
Yeah, so your father's father is your grandfather.
Grandfather. Okay.
Yeah. A great is a father's father's father. So
Okay.
yeah, when it gets higher. Natalia, number 3.
Your sister daughter is your niece.
Niece, perfect. Your sister's daughter is your niece. Perfect. And Neen, could you do number 4?
Your uncle's son is your cousins.
Yeah, your son is your cousin.
Cousin.
Perfect. Yeah, cousin. And Yeverson, number 5, and welcome back. I'm glad you can hear now. So.
Okay, teacher. So, I think it's a nephew.
Yes, your brother's son is your nephew. So if you're, and what is your sister's son?
Sister's son is with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sister's son is a niece.
Nope. Sister's son is
No?
nephew as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
So
Yeah.
sibling's son. So your brother or your sister is a nephew. If a
Okay.
brother or sister is a child is a girl, then it is a niece. So good.
Okay.
All right. And Kako, number 6.
Your grandfather's father is your great grandfather.
Perfect. Great grandfather. And what we do on this, each generation you add a great. So it's a great grandfather, great great grandfather, great 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 grandfather, you know, and 4 or 5 greats up there. So, all right, Ana Paula, what is number 7?
7. Your mother's brother is your
Oops.
the uncle.
Uncle. Okay. Now, question for you, Ana Paula, because I know this is different in other countries. Your mother's brother is your uncle. Who is your uncle's wife?
Who is the uncle? Wife is aunt.
Perfect. In some countries, in some languages, they don't have I have a friend that used to always say my uncle's wife, and I'm like, what? That's your aunt. So, but she just had the hardest time understanding that. So, good. All right, now, Anna Carolina, number 8.
Your husband's wife's mother is your mother-in-law.
Yes, mother-in-law.
In-law.
Okay. And number 9, Shin.
Your husband's wife's father is your father-in-law.
Mother-in-law. Okay. And number 10, Sabrina.
Your grandfather brother is your grandfather. No. Brother, uncle, grandfather-in-law. I don't know. Really.
Okay. Anybody know? Any suggestions on that one?
Yes, great
uncle.
Yeah, so great uncle. Okay. Now some other questions for you. Okay, so what is because you know this is a traditional family, but as you know, in our world today we have a lot of different types of families. So, what is your your mother's husband's name. Your mother's husband, not your dad, but your mom, they've gotten a divorce, and your mother got remarried. What would you call him if your mother remarried?
Could you repeat, please?
Yeah. If your parents got a divorce, mother remarried, what is the name of the person that your mother remarried to?
My stepfather.
Stepfather, perfect. Oh, stepfather. So when there's a second marriage, and if say for example that stepfather had a son, what would that son's name be? What would the son be called to you? What would you call that son?
My half brother.
No.
No, my stepbrother. No.
Mm-mm. So if
stepbrother.
Yeah, it would be a stepbrother. Okay, this is if so you get your stepfather and your mother get married, and the stepson is already born. Okay, so the stepfather has a completely different mother and a completely different father. That would be, excuse me, I wrote stepfather again. Stepbrother. That would be a stepbrother. Now, if your parents got a divorce and both of them remarried, you have a stepmother and a stepfather, and then both of your mother and your father had another child. What would that sibling be called? Anna, I think you have that. You know that one.
Half brother.
I said half
siblings. Half
Yeah.
sibling.
Yeah, half siblings. So it's if the child if it is stepbrother or stepsister, if the child is not related to you at all, only through marriage.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if the child it's either the mother's child or the father's child, but not both, then it's half brother, half sister. That is a difference. So that you have stepsister, stepbrother, half brother, half sister, stepfather, stepmother. Are there any other situations when it comes to the way that our life has been changed to? Anybody think of any other scenarios? I can't think of anything else. But when it comes to divorce, this is what happens with that. Okay. Let's look at relationship status now. We have divorced, engaged, married, separated, and single. Okay. So let's start with number one. Mean. Could you do that one?
Yes. Luke is single. He doesn't have girlfriend.
Perfect. Luke is single. He doesn't have a girlfriend. Okay, Geverson, could you do number two?
Okay. Mark is divorced. His wife left him for his best friend.
Yeah, divorced. Okay, perfect. Okay, and number three, Kako.
Karen is engaged. She is going to have a big wedding in June.
Okay, so Karen is engaged. Perfect, engaged. Okay, and Ana Paula, number four.
William is married. He's been with his wife for 10 years.
Perfect. Okay, and then number five, Ana Carolina.
Paul and Clara are separated. They are still husband and wife, but they don't live together anymore.
Okay.
Holly,
Yes.
could you remind me the name of my first cousin's son? Again?
Okay, so your first cousin's son is your first cousin once removed to you. Now, to you, like Anna Carolina, you have a child, right? Do you have any kids?
Yes,
Okay.
I have.
So to your kids, your first cousin's son would be their second cousin.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. So any questions on these different relationship statuses? Okay, let's go on. If we can't really do this, so we're going to go on to some discussion questions. Bear with me a moment. All right, let's start with Geverson. Can you choose one of these questions and ask somebody else? And remember, the person you ask, please ask Geverson back, the person he asks. So you can choose a question and choose a person you want to have a conversation with.
Okay. Did you ever meet any of your great grandparents?
Okay. And who are you asking?
Let me see. For Kako.
Hi, Jefferson.
Hi.
I have meet my no I have I haven't met. Oh, sorry.
You'd say I have never.
I didn't meet my great grandparents.
Okay.
When I was born, they was already dead, unfortunately.
Okay, Kako, instead of saying I didn't meet, and on that one, whenever you have a question that's have you or did you ever or anything like that, the answer is I have never. I have never. So where's that question? So did you ever meet any of your grandparents, great grandparents, or the proper have you ever met any of your great grandparents? You can say I have never met.
Okay, teacher. I thought that because the question is using the verb do, I had to answer using do.
Yeah. That is a very good logical reason for answering that way. But yeah, we usually when you have an ever question, just say go back and I have never. This is kind of an odd construction. Did you ever? I think. I guess you can use this when you're talking about the past. When you were a kid, did you ever meet your grandparents? No, I never did. So you would say, in this respect, it would be, no, I never met never met them. So I have never met, or I never met them. But I guess the idea here is when you have the word ever, the answer is never, ever, never. So, all right.
Okay,
thank you. And Kako, could you ask him the same question? So how about you? Did you ever meet any of your great-grandparents?
Natalia, did you ever meet any of your great-grandparents?
I haven't never met my grandparents.
So either I have never or no, I never met them.
Okay, no, I never met them.
Okay. All right. So Natalia, could you choose a question?
Okay. Well, do you like your family? Why or why not?
Okay, and who are you asking?
Ana Paula.
Okay. Yes, I like my family. And I like my family because my brothers and my sister, they are very, very nice to me. And my mother is and she always was a good mother. But I I don't like too much my stepfather.
Mm. Okay.
And then,
Excellent. And you and Anna Carolina, you can excuse me, Anna Paula, you can ask
Yeah.
Natalia the same question.
The same question.
How about you?
Okay, Natalia, how about you? Do you like your family?
Yes, I like it so much. I love my mom. I love my father. I love my brother. Some very nice and some lovely and very funny.
Yeah, nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. And Anna Paula, can you choose a question?
Right. Do you look more like your mother or your father?
Okay, and who are you asking?
I'd like ask to Ana Carolina. Ana Carolina, do you look more like your mother
Okay.
or your father?
I don't know how to measure something like that because I like both. Um, if you asked me with whom I can get along better, I would say with my mother.
Okay.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I like both at the same way. Thank you.
Okay.
How about you?
But
Okay.
how?
Yes.
The
Uh,
question was do you look like more like
yeah. Yeah. Do you
Ah,
look
sorry.
more?
No, it's okay. That's why you're here, right? To improve
I'm
your English.
sorry.
No
Okay,
problem.
I'm a little. Oh gosh, I well I have some characteristics from both of them. Um, because I my gosh, my father is Polish and he has blue eyes. I don't have blue eyes. Okay, but some
Okay.
features are similar. And my mother has a really dark hair, and my hair is not as dark as her hair. I'm not blonde, but I don't have black hair either. I I am a mixture of both. And sorry.
Yeah. So what color of hair do you have if you don't have black hair? Do you have like a dishwater blonde or a
It's
brown or
it is
red or
brown. It is brown, but I used to be blonde when I was little, and
okay.
some it has some, how can I say, like a light, but it's not natural. I don't know how to say in English.
Uh-huh. I know exactly what you mean. Okay. So basically when you were younger, you were what we call a towhead. A towhead is a young child, probably before the age of about 10, that is very, very bright or very blonde hair. And then as they get older, they get darker and darker to a kind of a light brown hair. And in English we'll call the kids that have that color of blonde hair a towhead. So, um, does that make sense, Anna?
Yes, Olive.
Yeah.
I've
Have you
been
heard that
learning.
before?
No,
Good. I feel
I've
like
been learning a lot of vocabulary with you.
I'm
Thank you.
awesome. All right. So Anna Carolina, can you ask somebody a question?
Okay. Let me see. I have to ask someone who didn't answer yet, right?
Yes. Yeah. Shin, Natalia, Mean, Geverson.
Natalia. All right. Natalia.
Actually, I'm sorry. Natalia has answered. Natalia.
Jefferson.
Jefferson, Mean, or Shin.
Okay. Shin. No. Ming. Are your parents strict? Or they used to be when you were younger?
Okay.
Your question is, are my parents strict?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, but my father is strict and my mother is not strict. Yeah.
Okay, so your father was strict and your mother was not strict.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I was a child, and my father always strictly with me. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So you would say my father was strict with me. So.
Excuse me, Holly.
Yes.
What is strict means?
Strict with me. Okay. Mean. Can you explain what strict means?
I think strict it means they behave with you very difficult.
Yeah, they're very hard on you.
Yes.
When a father who is strict, he says, "Sit down," and you don't wait 2 seconds to sit down. You sit down right then. So, yeah. So a teacher who is strict, you do not you obey them very quickly because you don't know what they're gonna do. So. Yeah, very good. All right, so Mean, could you ask Anna Carolina the same question?
How about you?
How about you, Anna?
They used to be. They used to be when I was a child, but then they while I was growing up, they become more lenient.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a teenager, I was really rebellious, so they had to become more lenient.
And more lenient or more strict?
More lenient because I broke some rules, and we had a rule, and then to get along again, and they have to change. They had to change.
Okay. They had to stop being as strict because you were having a hard time with it. Okay, awesome. All right, Mean, can you choose a question and ask Jefferson and Shin? I think are the two that have not gone, and also Kako as well. So
Yes,
Jefferson or Shin.
I have question with Shin. Yeah. And do you have any children? If yes, what are their names and age?
Ages. So ages. So remember, and this is very common, names and ages. So when you have this E and an S, it's S. Yeah. Ages. Okay?
Ages, yeah.
Okay, Shin?
Yeah. I have two children, daughter and son. My daughter is already 18 years old. Her name is Honoka. Honoka is Japanese name. And my son is 14 years old, a junior high school student. His name is Ko.
And you do not look old enough to be a father of an 18-year-old.
I'm already 42 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's.
Yeah, of course that's a compliment for a woman, but not necessarily for a guy. So yeah. All right. So Shin, could you ask the same question back to Mean?
Okay.
How about you?
Okay, me. Do you have any children? If yes, what are their names and ages?
Mean?
Min? How about you?
Sorry. Yes. Yes. I have one son, and his name is Huy, and his age about more than 3 years old, nearly 4. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, so he's pretty young then.
Mm.
So, all right, thank you. And Shin, can you choose a question and ask somebody in the group?
Okay. Um. Okay. Do you live with your parents, Jefferson?
So what was the question again? Oh, do you live with your parents?
Do you live with your parents
Okay.
or not? Okay.
Jefferson?
Jefferson, how about you?
If I live with my parents, is
Yeah.
the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I live with my wife and my daughter. I'm married.
In Brazil, how old are people when they move away from home?
I think most like 18 years, more or less.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in Japan, Shin, how old
Mhm.
are people when they stop living with parents?
18 or 22
Mm-hmm.
when they graduate college, or when they are 18 years old, or when they graduate high school or college.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So pretty much the same as the States. Okay. Awesome. All right. So Jefferson, can you choose one?
Okay. Let me see.
I'm gonna move this down so more choices.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Do you usually have any influence on family matters? I need to choose someone. If
Yes.
not, okay.
Yeah. And where's the question? Do you usually have any influence on family members? Okay.
Yes. Let me see. Ana Paula, can you answer?
Okay. Yes, sometimes I have influence on my family matters, but frequently I avoid to do that because I think it's not a good idea for me. Otherwise, if I know that my sister that is, for example, probably she is my favorite sister or member of my family. If something is bad for her, and then I will exert an influence for that.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Holly. Anybody hear me?
I do
Yes.
now. Yeah, we
Yes.
lost you for a second, but at least I lost you. So,
Okay.
all right. And Ana Paula, can you ask Jefferson the same question?
The same question?
Yeah. Say, how about you? How about you?
How about you, Jefferson?
Okay. So I think that I have some influence. Most of the times I like to discourse about the important subjects, like important matters.
Okay.
With my wife, we both get a conclusion what we need to do. Most of the time is that way. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Ana Paula, can you choose another question?
Okay. Yes, I'd like to ask, do you think people should adopt children from other countries? I'd like to ask to Kako.
A good question.
Hi, Ana Paula.
Hi, Kako.
I think this is a polemic, a controversial question because celebrities like movie stars or singers from rich countries sometimes appear on TV giving interviews, being interviewed, speaking about adoption of children from poor countries. I think it is a very controversial question, and I think this is not a good solution.
Okay.
I would prefer if someone would like to help these children, could they if they liked to help these children, they would help their parents, their families. They would help on the education of them, providing food for them, but not take them from their culture away.
Okay.
And you, what about you? What do you think about?
I agree in part with you. I think there are many children in your country wherever you live. For example, in Brazil, there are many children needing to some family. So in this case, I am against to adopt some children from Asia or other culture, for example, even or in the otherwise, if I'm going to, for example, I'm going to visit some country like Haiti. If I was there and I need that some children need too much to me, I probably I should to try to help these children. Otherwise, I can't. This is not a solution like you told before.
So you guys are saying that you should help the children in the country they were born in, and not have them go to another country just because there's parents that want the children, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. What about I'm going to play devil's advocate. Does everybody know what that means? To play.
Yes, I know.
The devil's advocate is to argue something even if I don't actually agree with what I'm arguing with. So I'm going to say, what about the countries, like, for example, South Korea and Syria, that don't believe in adoption? They believe blood is thicker than water. And so if there is a child that the mother doesn't want, and the mother puts it in an orphanage,
Yeah.
what about those children?
Yes, as I told you,
Uh-huh.
if I'd like to, I am against to some family to
Mhm.
choose. I'd like to adopt some children from Europe or
Uh-huh.
Asia, or you know.
Uh-huh.
But if there are some children needing for my help, absolutely, I want
To help.
against it. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I get it. All right. And what do the rest of you think? Shin, you haven't talked as much today, so what do you think about this issue? Should Western families adopt foreign children just because they want to have children?
Sorry, teacher. Could you repeat your question?
Yeah. Well, the question here on this thing is, do you think people should adopt children from other
Uh-huh.
countries?
Yeah.
So, what is your opinion?
Mm. I think it's a better way for children who lost their father and mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, but it's hard. It's hard to hard way for normal people. Coca said that same thing. Yeah, but it's good way
For some people.
for such a child.
Okay. Right. Anna Carlina, what do you think?
Teacher, I couldn't understand Kako's point of view because I am against uh, to remove a child from their family nest, no matter which country the child is. You know, there is no difference if if the child is from your own country or a foreign country. But if they are orphan, I cannot see any problems to adopt, even if you are living in another country. What's the problem? You know, if someone is orphan and there is a couple or even a single person willing to help these children, just I'm sorry, this child out by removing this this child. My gosh, if you can help someone and take someone out away from the line of the poverty. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Life of poverty.
Yes,
Yeah.
life of poverty. Someone who is living below the line of the poverty, and if they have parents, you have to help them out by giving money. Okay, but if they are orphans and there is someone willing to adopt, no matter from each country, I cannot see any problem. You know, just because you were born in Poland, you don't have to be Polish forever.
Okay, but what about, say, for example, the families that choose to do an international adoption when there's all kinds, say for example, Americans, just because I'm American, I can bash my own country people. There's a lot of Americans that choose to do international adoption when in reality there are a lot of American children that need homes.
Well,
But they choose to because they want to be.
it it depends on the reasons behind.
Mhm.
Well, if you wanna help a child, what's the problem?
Mhm.
If you are going to be a good mother,
Okay.
what's the problem?
Okay.
Why we we have to say to someone, oh, you were born in Haiti, you have to live in Haiti forever. Why?
Yeah, I think the concern I get it. I get what a bit what Calco and Annapella were saying, because the concern is they leave their country and they might not know much about their culture, so um, they're for example, okay, my sister and her husband adopted 3 children from this country, but they're ethnically Mexican American. Um, their great grandparents came to the U.S. and the great grandmother actually doesn't speak English, and we are very motivated to make sure those kids speak Spanish because they look Hispanic, and if they can't speak Spanish in this area, people will wonder why that is. But they're getting raised in a white household, you know, and they're not really learning the Mexican American culture. And I think that's the concern people have about raising people from other countries is not learning the culture. So if you look Chinese but you can't speak Chinese, you know, I don't know. That's one concern. But it looks like we're running out of time. Amin, do you have an opinion about this?
Yes. For me, if people had their own children, they shouldn't adopt children from other countries because, like you say, blood is thicker than water.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and my government not encourage, but not ban the people from other country to adopt
Mm-hmm.
the children from my countries, and
Mm-hmm.
but they should follow the strictly rules, and so that's my opinion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I guess we're out of time. So Jefferson and Natalia, do either one of you have anything to say about this topic?
Mm, I think if I can help any child in this hard work,
Mm-hmm.
whatever country, I would. Because I think that it's most important to help this child. Um, it's important because you save a life,
Mm-hmm.
and in the future, this child or this child can he can or she can't being a great person.
Uh-huh. She can grow up to be better than she could have. Yes. All right. Right. Thank you. Jefferson, do you have anything to say, or shall we call it a day?
Um, well, I think the adoption of some child would be the about the preference of the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to see the problems. I think it's not a problem in all at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it depends of the family, this kind of things. I don't have so a great formal opinion about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. All right, everyone, I want to thank you for your participation. And my dog and I say farewell. Have a great evening. Have a great day for those of you in Asia. And maybe we'll see you in another class soon. Thank you very much. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
Holly. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.